OBS has a lot of trouble hooking this game. It takes a minute for it to grab it, so I can't really do good fade-ins, unfortunately. Okay, we're back. We're here, and it's time.
We stand, despite everything, we stand triumphant.
We did it.
We did, in fact, do it.
Well, unless there's another puzzle, but honestly, if there is, that's fine. We have the safe codes. We cubed out. We hexagoned. We bone homed. It didn't even feel like it. But I checked again, like how long each one took. This one actually took us the second longest amount of time. This was half an hour on this.
Yeah, that sounds right. I was thinking about this like 30 minutes ago. I'm like, that took us a bit.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Cool.
Like that's
it's
about as long as I would want that to go. The dice was
like,
these were a nightmare.
Oh yeah, this was
that was super hell.
Yeah, and the other thing about like the prisoner's dilemma one is like that's like the final boss of, have you been thinking about how this game was played the whole time, right?
Yeah. Did you learn?
Like, did you understand the different like possibilities and outcomes that could be happening, and like blah 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 blah.
The tanagram puzzle. Which one's the tanagram puzzle, Doom Moose? Is this thing? Is that a tanagram? Is this a tanagram?
I'm gonna go with the hexagons and triangles, the tanagram, because that's probably the name of how many sides that polygon has.
But I think we did pretty good. I think like regardless of how the story goes at this point, I can safely say, well, you know what? I guess I can't safely say. I was gonna say this game's puzzles blew 999s out of the water. However, we effectively had 4 people on 999's puzzles, which on virtue of that, it's gonna be like less people are going to be solving them on average, or like, you know, 1 person might solve all of them, or 2 people might pick up all the weight. Whereas here, I feel like you and I were like pretty 50-50 on this puzzle solving.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really nice.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, even with like Race and Brad and 999, I don't really remember many of them being like too hard. Like, I remember the one that stumped, like the one I think about because like I almost feel like a head slap thing was the pin number.
The pins.
I feel
yeah.
Like I like that one. I feel stupid because it's like obviously 5 goes in the middle. Like, I think about this one all the time, and I'm like.
well, but I think that's the hallmark of a good puzzle, though.
But the other thing about that is,
oh, it was so easy. Yet it's like, no, you had to figure out the trick.
I know for a fact I was given that in elementary school as a puzzle in school one day.
Really?
I know for a fact I got that as a puzzle, and I'm like, after we solved it, I'm like, man, am I stupid?
That's right, Gothic's right. Race instantly knew the password to something for some reason. Do you remember that in the archives? It was like one of the last couple of things we did, and Race just fucking knew the answer. But to answer Doom Moose, I did pretty good on that one. Believe it or not. Puzzles like that, I'm good at. Anything where where you had to make the parallelogram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Miraculously, I'm good at puzzles where I just have to feel it out. I'm bad at puzzles like this one. This is Tommy's expertise here. Where you have to like count like that. But oh, I know what I was gonna do. So, well, first off, kind of weird that we only ever used the bottom part of this cube, which kind of scares me. We had this massive cube and like the top area. It just wasn't used.
Could have gone away with like 5 or 6 lines, because you really only did the top line as zeros to understand.
Yeah.
The position of the.
But that's okay.
flags.
I guess the idea is like, oh, I don't know. Let's not worry about it, just in case it spawns something horrific. But
it was probably a consideration for like how many cubes high they wanted the room to be, because it's like the door here is 3 cubes high, and it would have maybe looked weird if it was like 1 cube high.
Yeah, but something was brought up last night about my desk space. And I realized, well, while I have no desire to show you guys my face or anything like that, y'all want to see what my desk looks like? My battle station? I took a picture with my horrible phone, and it's like the ugliest fucking picture I've ever taken in my life. But here's what I got going on. Y'all ready? I don't have like a fade in, so I'm just gonna hit it. That's what I'm sitting in front of right now. You can see the hell air conditioner door is on the right. That's where the nightmares are. And then as you can see, I really don't have like any surface area for notes.
You got your meds right there.
I leave them. It's so I don't forget.
So you don't forget.
Yeah, it's so I don't forget. I got my Super Mario mug that my mom got me one time because I had mentioned anything about Mario, and she bought me 20 things for it because that's how she works. But this is actually a really, really, really good mug. It's huge and it keeps shit warm.
Nice.
I got a little VV there. You see the little VV under the mic? Yeah, I got my little VV there. You can't really see it, but I have my head. I have earbuds plugged into the side of the keyboard. You can see like one of them has like a little white foam on it, next to near my meds. Then so the notes under my keyboard.
Hands with your reflection in the right hand corner.
Oh no. The notes underneath my my keyboard there are actually my highlight notes. Like right now I'm working on the Tactica highlight, so I just have those underneath there so I don't forget. The pen moves around wherever it needs to. But if we get a little closer, that's I don't have it like this, but those are all the post-it notes I used for this stream series so far. And you can see Himeko over there on the left. But yeah, so I would typically just like take one note and put it in the top right corner of my my mouse pad, and that's where I would write on and stuff. Yeah, that's what I got. Anything else in there? No, that's it. No. My ancient keyboard that I will never get rid of. If it stops working, I will just keep using it, regardless of anything. So, okay. Yeah, I'm not moving the drink coaster. Like that's just. It's part of the desk space, so I'm trying to demonstrate what I actually have here. Okay, do we want to read the secrets? They're gonna take a long time.
Yeah, let's do it. We might only have an hour left in this game.
That would suck. Here, let's...
I mean, it's certainly possible.
It's definitely possible. Well, let's grab the last one of these then.
It's gonna be a gun.
Same safe we've seen in the other rooms. That means we probably open it the same way too. We just need to plug in the password, right? Yeah. Why don't you give it a shot? Oh, did I write these down wrong? I keep writing these things down wrong. It's fine, they're right here, so it don't matter. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Found all the secrets in VLR.
There we go. Which is odd because there were like 5 secrets left, but I guess this... Oh, I guess it has multiple things in it. Okay.
Maybe I don't read these if they're Tenmyoji and Alice, Tenmyoji and Clover in the Mystery of Phi. I think we do these afterwards. We can probably do like half of them, but like a lot of them we don't even need to read, where it's like, you know, pair, solo, whatever. Are there any silly ones we could look at right away? That was the erotic units.
Wait for after the end? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of these are like... The 0th law of robotics? 0. A robot may not harm humanity, or by inaction allow humanity to come to harm. Clearly, the 0th law has priority over the first 3, so the first law would have the unwritten addendum, except where there would conflict with the 0th law. Whether or not 016 was aware of this law is unclear, but in any event, 016 did act in accordance with it. Okay. Alright, yeah, we'll do it after the credits then. Sun, star.
Come on, gun that shoots us. Damn.
Oh. Well. That solves some problems that this route had. Alright. Yes! It opened! Okay, then. Let's see what's in here. First off, 2 star keys. We can use these to play the A-B game as many times as we want. Hold on. Those keys are important, but look at this. Excelivir? The Radical 6 cure. Fuck yeah. Oh. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what to say. Quark's going to be okay. Is he crying? What a baby. Alright, let's get out of here. We need to get this stuff to Quark and Alice. Yeah, you're right. This key should do the trick. Let's get moving. A screen, huh? There's nothing on it. And it doesn't do anything when I touch it. How do we turn it on? Hell if I know. I don't see a button or a card slot or anything. Not a lot we can do if we can't turn it on. Might as well leave it alone for now. Goodbye, hell. I will not miss you. You guys ready? All set here. Go for it. Alright. 3, 2, 1. 2, 3. Stop that. Jeez. One more time. 3, 2, 1. We fucking found it. That was it. Escapes. That was the last room. And we did everything on hard, so we got 2 achievements there.
It opened.
We should get back to the Floor A warehouse then.
Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
You didn't hear it? It came from over there. It sounded like something turning on. See? I told you. The screen wasn't on before.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
This is one lion. Do we have one lion ID?
What?
That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... Memento Mori. Remember death. If the 9th lion ate the sun... Oh, nice. It's showing all of them.
The 9th lion.
Oh. course. This was the real ninth lion. But if that was the case. I'm worried here because were we supposed to figure out what the lion shit is at this point?
No, I don't think so.
Hold
I
on.
don't think so.
Oh fuck! All these got shuffled around. Hold on. Let me find my note with the
I'm
password
going with
on
this
it.
is the jumpy doll password.
That's my guess too, and it might just be Kurashiki Jumpy Doll.
Yeah.
But just in case, let me see if I have other info that I might be able to use. Okay, there's that one. Okay. Remember death. Memento Mori. Remember.
Excelavir. Oh. Alrighty.
Yeah, jeez.
Going with passwords jumpy doll for sure.
Yeah.
ID though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Could be. Yeah, like. Okay.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I would
okay.
have tried about 5 other things before I got to Kurashiki, I think.
I think it was the only thing that made sense.
Well, I would have been like,
there was nothing
put
left.
in the word death, put in the word memento mori,
right.
put in remember death.
Right, but it's remembering her death, and then it leads back to her.
I think I would have put in Excelavir. That's the thing that flashed at the end.
I know. But it's the only thing that made sense.
Yeah.
Look!
Yeah?
And I'll say this then. Then Sigma's last name must be Milkfully.
Yeah, I guess his... Yeah.
Or like Phi's last name is, like, or something.
Milkavoli.
Because Milkavoli was the password, right?
No.
No, it was the username?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it was confusing. Anyway. You're...
Akane. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked toward her. Slowly, carefully. Almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away, he reached out.
She's a hologram.
Tenmyoji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I
Speak up.
suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand. Now, where to begin?
That is one old defeated Akane. She's very tired.
You probably have a great many questions. What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki, but I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you've heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
Okay. Okay. What do you mean the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi. Not Tenmyoji. It's certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum.
Okay.
That makes this the quantum room.
It took me a moment to realize she'd changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine.
Huh.
That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Junior, as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that box. Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box. Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills.
I wouldn't be so sure a lot of people are playing Pal World.
That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums, like language, photographs, non-verbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But, is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome.
Uh-oh. A what?
Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree.
Okay.
All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section.
We did this puzzle.
In the two dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe that is how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Temyoji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a fourth dimension, I'm referring to the fourth dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point.
Why is she so quiet?
Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In one dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects. Now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space. Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you formed a 4-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time. It is on that 4th-dimensional axis that our minds are connected.
Okay.
If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after, and the B represents before.
Okay.
It probably sounds silly to you.
No, I like this song, actually. It's not silly at all.
A ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong?
Nah, we first tried this shit.
Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago. You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life.
Okay.
It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
No.
Yeah, of
No, I
course
don't think I do.
How could I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly it felt like Phi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Temyoji's face was taunt with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma, Phi, you will decide its fate. Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji, I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait. Akane!
And then she was gone. Tenmyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Vi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. I gave Luna the Accelavir I'd found in the queue room. Yo, Luna the Accelavir? Cool name. Yo. Yo. She quickly prepared it and killed everyone. She injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine. Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys.
Now that's a super happy Clover. Oh, nope, her mouth moved again.
Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. I could see tears at the corner of his eyes as he turned away from us. Suddenly I remembered. Dio. Where had he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. Yep.
Nice.
He was sprawled unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
Ryan! You're a lifesaver!
I'm a what? You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Fi to see what she was doing the same thing and was still not wearing a swimsuit, which upset me greatly. After that, we headed back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically, me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Tenmyoji decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, and Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team, with Quark and Dio sleeping. Kay would represent their team by default, which left me, Fi, and Tenmyoji. You should vote.
No, I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah. I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Yeah, I see what they're saying here.
Akane's wasn't found in this route.
Akane's dead body was not found in this route.
Okay. I think that's important to
Presumably
remember.
she's dead because Dio has her bracelet, but I think part of the implication was the fact that the bomb was in the same crack the knife was in, but we didn't see the knife.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So this is
We
still
have to
kind
wait
of
for
up in the
deadline.
air about what exactly has happened here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
This is funny. We're doing too good now.
Okay, let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off toward the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something.
Uh-oh. What?
The AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change? Right now, Sigma. Haven't you been paying attention? The flowchart is upside down.
She's both dead. She's both dead and alive until you open the door. She's the cat.
Yeah, I guess we never opened the far right one, so yeah.
We have to decide if she's alive or dead.
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive
Akane, my kitten.
or is it dead? Sigma 5.
Kitten, I gotta be honest. Schrodinger's cat, I gotta be honest. Daddy's gonna kill himself.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Huh?
The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We've opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either.
Right.
In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? But was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? Oh no.
Well,
A new destination has been added to the flowchart.
time for a zero time dilemma. So if we continue, we gotta flip 3. Whoa!
I was right! I was right! This shit's upside down, son! Hot dog! Pump that Kino right into my veins like Soperil Beta! Yeehaw! That's what I'm talking about right there. Ow. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Damn it. Oh. Fuck. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? Looks like an elevator, but...
No. This is one of the AB rooms.
Ah! Who the hell are you? What the hell's an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory. All she had to do was say, like, the callback here should have been, I promise I'll show you myself in a swimsuit. And then it all floods back in to his penis. I remember! You're Fi! She grinned. How about a hug? When is this?
Check your bracelet.
It's a red pear. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours, 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right...
Yeah, Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her.
We're gonna beat Dio's ass.
I think.
I hope. Then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
To kill Dio.
To stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move! We need to get out of here fast.
Don't need to tell me twice. Let's go.
Really? Really? You're gonna make me do it? That's fine.
Yeah, it might just be the right answer. Or the same answer, right?
Let's we don't need to look there. This is our past, remember? That means we're just repeating history. You see what I'm getting at? The password for the safe should be the same one we got earlier. Exactly. Now hurry up and open it. Okay. Once a password has been found, it will never change. Going back to the past or changing timelines won't alter it. I think it was that. Okay. There, it's open. Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Cracker? Ah, damn, I meant key. How the hell? Just shut up and do it, honky.
Huh?
Call me a cracker.
Why did she say this?
All right, let's just put this key in here. For God's sakes, just do it already. Don't need to yell. All right, good. Looks like that worked. Ready, Fi? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask every time, right? Then why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1. Done. Hey. You pushed the button. Bite me. You were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Oh. You've cheated.
You cheated.
You cheated. Is it really cheating if you're omnipotent? Vi and I climbed up through the hatch and out the top of the AB room. Took us only a moment to spot them. Oh, wow. Quick! Throw Akane! Or, throw Vi! Akane!
It's a good idea.
Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Shit! There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room. Vi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Vi, what the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air. Holy shit. That was clean. That was so fucking clean, Vi. What the?
He's fine.
I don't know.
Fine. I only killed him.
I don't know.
He'll never be bad again.
His neck's just broken.
Just unconscious.
Oh my
I think he
god.
severed his spine.
I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing
I
somehow.
don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Wakes up slightly. Listen, Sigma. It's either sink or swim, and let me tell ya. I'm a fucking Olympic athlete. Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
Yeah, I'm like potatoes, but I'm fucking delicious. I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up.
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait. Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much.
Can I get a hug?
I very much appreciate you saving me.
What? Anyway, have you heard of Ice 9?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Wait, Fi. This is a very special entity right here.
Yes. Indeed, I am.
Sorry, one sec. Okay.
I am able to jump through time, just like you.
Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was gonna stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested. I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary. When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity. Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, We need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot.
Uh-huh.
You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
What?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes.
Yes?
Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people was such a horrible disease?
Every single one of you has been infected.
Thanks.
Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the AB game.
So now what?
That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you've just told me makes sense. You did all of this so that Phi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact. Right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosions, suicide. I've died. So has Phi. So have you. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Phi and I can jump through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all of that. What I'm asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that it's worth all of this?
Ah. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
Come on.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit! That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject.
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What?
This is the way it has to be.
Oh no.
Don't fight it.
Oh no. Akane, no, you don't have to do this.
Lagomorph.
Uh-oh, she's a witch!
What
Yes.
call me?
Lagomorph?
Oh, like the rabbit, I guess.
Yeah.
Lagomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Lagomorph.
Okay.
Lagomorph, this is an order.
Kill everyone.
Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Put it on Dio.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all of that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. Oh. Finally. Fucking tombstone. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
Thanks, Grandma.
Oh, Sigma, check under your shoe. Huh?
All right. What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
Yeah.
It's Latin.
Yeah.
It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait! I still... No, wait. How? How are you doing this? How are you forcing me to do this? How'd you do that? Wait, we're heading to the hug timeline. Good. I like that.
What?
A new destination has been added to the flowchart. Okay. Crazy. It's exactly where I thought it would be. That's pretty cool. Okay. How'd you do that?
Oh, looks like you're awake.
Fell for that Imperial trap, huh?
What world line is this?
Trying to cross the border.
Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but...
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
So we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah.
Like 3 hours ago.
You got him pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I remember all right.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Ah! Quark!
What am I? Chopped liver?
Yeah, fuck you. Alice!
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
For now.
Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
Kid. It was rough. No problem. All in a day's work. Although I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. That was an offer for Alice. She's basically wearing a
Not
swimsuit.
really my point.
Whatever. Forget about that.
I thought Clover was gonna say, what about me?
Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10! I have 10 BP!
I've
How
got
long have we been
15
out?
BP. That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played the AB game 3 times.
3 times?
Yes. Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally.
Great.
And now all of us have enough to leave.
Wow. I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Fi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which, I had to admit, would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you death was unavoidable? Sacrifices had to be made.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Wait. What about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice was the only holdout. She complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio then, she reluctantly complied.
All right, let's get going.
I gotta hard disagree with them on this.
I mean, he's the only problem child.
Right, but like, I feel like you cannot leave him behind in this facility. There's bombs here. You can reactivate them. Like,
That's true. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
you're all gonna leave, and he's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, that key."
Oh, no, we're about to get the payoff of him counting down, and he's gonna stop in the middle of the countdown. Nope, I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Okay. Motherfucker's about to stay behind.
Oh, with Dio, because he's an idiot. Yeah, Dio, at least he's like, I can't leave Dio.
That tombstone.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
All right, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
Okay.
So I'll say this, Alex. This is the timeline where we go to the garden with Luna and Alice. Perhaps we're supposed to jump back there.
I think this is actually control room. Yeah, we never went. Garden's right here. No, I'm sorry. Garden's the ally route. Yeah. Well.
Interesting.
Well.
This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
Sigma just jumped to the ceiling here.
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in.
Among Us.
Among Us. No, it's the company.
Yeah, it's the company.
It's the lethal companers. Pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
I know everything, Alice. Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. See all those Among Uses? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute! You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. As soon as we were inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. Stood there for several minutes waiting for the process to be finished. last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The pose is so funny. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
Again?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars. The sky was full of them. More stars than I've ever seen in my life. I can even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive. Much bigger, in fact, than I remembered it being. And as I watched a black spot begin to move across its surface. Then as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. What's that?
The moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this.
Yeah.
I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
The Earth.
That's Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon, covering the sun.
What? No way. If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course.
You dumbasses! Alright. That's nice.
This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base.
Great. Okay.
No way. No, you've gotta be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah. That's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
Have you tried jumping? She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
Oh my god, they've been radical sixth. It's the radical sixth because it's accounting for the gravity differential. The 6 times the gravity and the radical 6 is making them perceive things 6 times as quickly. Holy shit, man, that's amazing.
Whoa.
That's actually amazing.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Now that.
Oh
now
my
that,
god.
Now that is pretty fucking clever.
That's great. Uchikoshi, I fucking applaud you for that one. That's amazing.
Okay. All right. We have all been in. How would that affect our time? How we perceive time passing then?
Explain the jumping.
Specific.
Dio's speed.
Yeah. Dio was used to it. He knew how to work in it.
It's like, oh my god, look at him go.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Fuck it. Disease specifically designed for you to be able to live on the moon. Great. All right. I'm writing. Let me just let me make one more little note here. I'm gonna write 4 little letters real quick. Right. K-I-N-O. So Luna, has your processing speed been altered?
That's fucking amazing.
All right, moving on. What else we got? Okay, yeah.
I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but...
Excuse me? What?
Please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Accelevier, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected.
Man, we've been, this entire game has been us moving through the slowed time.
Yeah, I suppose, because here's
so
the thing,
funny.
the clocks on the wrists don't have seconds on them, it's just the minutes.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to like and the time could just be like take as long as it would need to.
Yeah, it would
right?
it would just be proportioned to that. Yeah, that's fine.
So it just appears that a minute has gone by or whatever.
In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before,
Daddy's gonna kill himself.
Gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense also.
It's coming! Okay, drop an apple from 4.9 meters.
It will take
Right,
approximately 1
yeah.
second to hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds.
Uh-huh.
I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does
Right,
that
so
make sense?
gravity also affects time, like, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense why they'd have to be in outer space to do time travel experiments.
Sure.
Because you gotta make it easier to do it.
Does that make sense?
So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2.
So This is interesting too because like we've been here much longer than we thought we were then.
Yes.
Our body's physiological clock would be really confused. These people would be fucking starving.
Yeah, no, they would feel like because it was like what, like 2 hours for every puzzle and AB thing, right? So maybe like a total of like 9 hours have passed, quote unquote. It's actually more like 20.
Yeah.
But it's not hypothetical.
Also, don't think about how the dialogue would work.
Oh yeah. I'm not too worried about it. Like, if the twist outweighs, if the twist mostly outweighs the holes, it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Like that's creative as hell. So,
yeah,
however, I'm definitely like, it's amazing, but I'm still sitting here like, can we get on to the revelation, like the character revelations here? Like. What's with the fucking lion shit still? Can I get back to the tombstone? Like, I love the mumbo jumbo, but I can only be so excited about this plot, this revelation, because it's not the thing I really care about. I know Uchikoshi definitely cares about it though. Guy who writes interesting character stories but doesn't care about them. So I suppose they could speak at the same rate, but then they would still hear themselves at, oh, I don't know.
Are you sure you didn't notice anything?
Sure you didn't notice anything?
Think back. Huh?
You're right, Luna did fucking jump over all of them. Or, Vi did jump over all of them.
You and Sigma and Vi said something about it in the lounge.
About how you felt weird?
Yeah.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explains Vi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. One more.
I like how only Vi jumped crazy. Nobody else did crazy jump.
Wait. This is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something.
We're all gonna die in 5 minutes.
This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028.
Okay.
Today is January 27th.
Okay.
Whoa.
I almost shit my pants.
We
I almost
man.
shit my pants.
I fucking freaked out.
My eyes just got so wide. Oh my god.
We were close.
Oh
dude.
my god.
Oh man. That would have been the scariest thing that ever happened to me.
Clown World is so close at all times.
That was, ooh man.
But maybe that's how I get closer to the veil. Because when I almost tried to talk to Maya that one time, it was the same day.
It was on the yeah.
Oh man.
It wasn't a total eclipse this time, just a partial eclipse.
Today is January 27th. In 29?
Don't tell me. 30?
Oh, Clover.
Still no.
31.
Just what year is this?
It's 74.
Okay.
2074.
Okay. That's about what we had surmised.
Yeah. About 50 years in the future.
Yeah. No, that's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses.
God, man, we missed that one too by a day. That was yesterday.
We tried. We
tried.
tried.
We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the
Unless
Earth
you
red?
give the world a disease. Why is the Earth red?
That's a long story.
Okay.
About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world.
Okay.
On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time. The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Seems a little devastating.
Yeah, what, the synchronicity. You know, they all just decided to blow up at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada.
Yes.
On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident.
Yes.
Accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world.
It just walked out? What the fuck?
Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down. But eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good. On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect.
That was fast. A lot of people died really fast then for them to decide to do this. Oh my god.
That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors. Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened, but I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected. And when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway...
Can you not tell me this? I'm in a fucking spacesuit. I'm gonna vomit.
It happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times.
Yeah.
Eventually, they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are.
Okay, so on the surface, it's not as bad.
Yeah, just the atmosphere.
It's just
I guess.
the atmosphere. It's fucking glowing red.
The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Okay. I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought, I barely noticed Vi's approach.
Hey, Sigma.
Yeah,
I
honey.
think I figured something out.
Do we have to stop the Radical Six? Window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. Ooh. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is
I
it?
figured out why there's an extra E.
The anagram.
An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B.
Come on.
I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
No fucking way.
It just came off cooldown, everyone. Everyone relax. Listen, it's been 24 hours.
It's been 24
It's
hours.
been 24 hours. She's allowed to use her spell again.
Yeah, fucking Deadly Boss Mods whispered her and said, your spell's off cooldown.
Yeah.
That's why the whisper function's working.
Yep, that's why I whisper. Yeah, exactly. What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma. Knock it off.
Son of a bitch.
Please, honey.
Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get...
Uh-huh.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
Fuck me.
Yeah, that's totally what I thought it was. I totally called that. We all knew that, right? Come on now. The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
See?
No. Whoa.
You need 6 E's to get that.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past. Those 2 people are you, Sigma, and you, Vi.
So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow.
Yes!
You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah. I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Tenmyoji was talking about?
I think so.
Fuck. That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period before it actually... So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
To free
Yeah.
ego.
And so now we head over. That's interesting. So yeah, now we're actually gonna head over here. It looks like, or right here. So I think like that's still like a safe timeline. I think over there. The grave, the one in the garden.
Well, come on. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
How y'all gonna get back in? We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind.
They're gonna vent.
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're gonna go have to talk. We're going to go have a talk with somebody.
Who?
Do you really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
Your mother.
You mean Akane? What?
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Fuck yeah, let's go!
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Fuck yeah.
If you please. I'm coming with you.
I
Yeah.
was gonna
Just say the
say.
magic word.
Yeah, we really did.
I'm going to them.
So tall. Oh wait, maybe that was Alice.
Is this Akane you're talking about?
Oh, hey, Clover.
Yeah. You know her real well.
Wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Ah, shut up! Just shut up! Come on if you want to. We don't need to do the roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. With that, we headed back through the airlock.
I'm gonna go with Tenryoji's not gonna be on board with this plan. If Sigma and Phi go back in time and change history, Quirk doesn't exist.
We're just allowed back in. Okay, sure, whatever.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Okay.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah. The grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's still alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move. To the garden! One more. One last one.
It's gonna be a sarcophagus.
I hope it's 7. It's gonna be Snake. Yeah, coming out of a coffin again.
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No. I don't think we'll have to do any of that. You see the keyhole in the grave? If I just insert this thing I've had the entire time in here. I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. The quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. Who's it gonna be?
What is this?
Well, that's a 4th treatment pod, which I guess would add up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Which adds
not.
up a little
Yeah,
bit,
because presumably Phi is just from the past also, if she's, you know, shocked by all this.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah. It's a treatment pod.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
Come on. Come on. All ice. Come on, baby. The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
Grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good. I think it's locked.
What?
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1 defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes.
You're killing me here.
Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Right. Cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
Take it off.
I remembered.
What do you remember?
Everything. I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9.
Yeah, we saw Rhizome mentioned earlier.
Yeah. I think this is
Akane said it. Akane
Yeah.
just mentioned it. Yeah.
A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they?
Oh no. Oh no, please don't tell me 53 other AB games are occurring simultaneously. Oh no.
In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension.
Great.
That was the reason for the puzzles.
Sure. Fine.
Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
I don't think you fire bullets from... Is it a bullet if it comes out of a slingshot?
You could call it that.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
I mean, yeah.
Wait. Hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
It's a great question, Tenmyoji.
That's simple.
We needed dudes.
In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9.
Okay. Sure. So like in the 30s or something when it was established or whatever, all of you ended up here at some point.
We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes. I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028.
Thank you, Kay. I wanted this exact sentence put in front of me.
The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California.
Oh, that sucks. We were just talking about how neither of us ever want to go to Los Angeles.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029.
Okay.
Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes. In preparation for this day.
But
All right.
why? What do you need us for?
Boobs?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another.
You're a battery, Clover.
Amplify their power.
Right, they did say this.
Yeah, this was
You
talked about.
understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
And so you did.
Huh?
Yeah,
But I didn't do anything.
But you did.
you really
Another
did.
history. You were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were
Yes.
about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline.
Oh, that was the first misalignment of text to speech. He said, "Stop the bomb," but not stop the detonation.
Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
They're really hanging on this thing with Tenmyoji here, because it's like, it's either like, is it Snake or is it Junpei? They didn't say that. Am I supposed to believe this is Junpei? I see. Do you know it's Junpei?
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't see why it couldn't be. I keep wanting to say Snake, but it's Santa. I don't see why it couldn't be Santa here. He's also an Esper, and he also saved Akane. He was paramount to that.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you.
I'm not looking at chat at this point, by the way. You all have fun with yourselves in there.
All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, we headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out. And when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Quark's like bouncing.
Now, Dio, his real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago.
Okay.
Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released.
Yes.
If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed, at least not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper.
Okay.
We can set Brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two. Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
Oh, you're gonna hate me for this one, Alex.
What's up?
I think Brother Snake.
Yeah, that crossed my mind just now too.
What's
yeah.
the opposite of Left?
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it. Am I forgetting
What's
something?
Snake's name?
Oh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. That would be something. Ooh. 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 I hope you're right. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Probably be more in character for him, potentially, from what we knew in 999.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you know, Santa was kind of an asshole. Junpei was a good guy, but, like, since they've not been explicit about Tenmyoji here, it's just like, I'm not going to say one way or the other. But okay. As for me...
As I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma. In another timeline.
Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram. I still don't know who he is.
I guess that explains the space pirate get up.
Stage 2
We're on the moon.
is complete.
It's just he's this fucking space pirate.
TP00 unlocking.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's finished.
Okay.
Shall we open the pod?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay. Let's get started then. Ready?
Vi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah. Anytime.
All right. Here we go. 3,
Oh, it's the zero pod.
2,
Ha ha ha.
0 point, yeah.
1.
I hope it's Monokuma. Alright.
I did not see this one coming.
Then who was phone?
I was expecting anyone else to come out of this pod.
Oh my god.
I would have thought it was more likely to have just another Clover come out of the pod than this.
Finally. Finally, Sigma's model. What? What? Who here isn't Sigma? All right. Raise your hand if you're not Sigma.
Okay. Maybe okay. Hold on. Let me cook.
Take
Two
it
things.
away.
It's either one of two things.
Yep.
Right? That's Sigma in the pod there from 2028.
Yeah.
We're playing as old man Sigma, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or that's K in the pod, and Akane is currently in K's mecha suit.
I hope you're right. Suddenly my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. In fact, I think that's what it has to be. The warehouse of floor B. In front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. I never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? Didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with turbocurarine, and that was the end of that. But wait. If the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
Man,
You
it was the
finally
first thing we
noticed.
thought of at the start of the game.
It all
It was
comes
like,
back.
It was Akane.
Akane.
Connie.
Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over.
All right. When did we interact with Kay on this timeline? Not very often. We really... Because this was Alice and Phi. Yeah, so we didn't really... Yeah, it's not like we had a lot of K this time around. It was just kind of K.
It also explained where Akane went.
It
right?
also absolutely does. And you know what? You need that fucking suit of armor to pay off in a way more than just what we
It's
got.
Sigma.
Yeah, because it was like, okay. No. Oh my god, you're...
Yes, I am.
Summons... magician's right.
Akane Kurashiki.
God damn it, man.
Okay.
Or K for Kurashiki, too.
Okay. Did the suit give her super strength? I'm pretty sure she dragged 2 people into a room with her.
They explained that the
Oh god.
suit was powerized.
Oh god, it broke apart. Oh no, it was already broken apart like that. Excuse me. Alright.
It's you.
Give her a hug.
June. I mean, Akane from... But you're old.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Yes, Junpei. Okay. So, now I get to talk about the other spoiler I didn't tell you all about. When I have to make thumbnails for my videos, I have to get thrown into Google Images.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
And sometimes there's some things you just happen to see. And one of them was a post that just showed these two on the left and right. And at the bottom it just said, "Oh no, not again." To which, since it was Clover and Tenmyoji, Clover, obviously we know who Clover was, but we weren't sure who Tenmyoji was. I was just under the impression it was like Snake for the whole game.
Sure.
But turns out not long afterwards it became pretty clear it was either Junpei or it seemed like that probably wasn't the case.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, 2 streams ago it became very obvious that it was either Junpei or Santa. I'll get more into my thoughts about how aging characters and effectively turning them into entirely different people isn't really my favorite thing. We can talk about that later, though. Because this should be like super exciting, but at the same time, I'm like, it's a different character. Yeah, it's Junpei, but
Junpei?
Akane.
You found her.
Found her.
Long time no see.
How about a hug? I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do not to collapse right then and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse?
You keep showing this. In fact, it should be the only thing on in the background.
You went back to your future. Well, your minds did, at least. I carried your bodies to the 3rd AB room, and then took Dio's to the 5th. After that, I went into the 1st room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
I don't... Akane could fit in that? Oh, you know what? The robe is covering the other feet that she's actually standing on. Yeah. Okay. Not bad.
Yes.
I like how they put a filter over it, but then, like, during the fade, you still see the color?
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the 6th room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat. Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
Okay. That's nice. What? No, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history?
Alright.
The one where you weren't saved. What happens then? Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of Socoril can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
Here we are. Here we are.
All right.
Here we are. Here we are.
Okay.
Here we fucking are.
All right.
All right. Here we are. Yep. Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. Okay.
I've
Okay.
never seen him before.
Me either.
No. This is the right thing to do. We've never seen our guy here.
Total stranger.
Hey, come on. What are you guys saying? Right here? Same face?
Huh?
Are you all right, Mr. Sigma? Did you hit your head or something?
Huh? What? Check the water. It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time.
Uh-huh.
You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
So we are the old man.
Sigma.
We're old man
Okay.
Sigma right now. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
that's
yeah.
amazing.
Fuck yeah. What does that mean?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future. From 45 years ago.
Yeah, baby. We were calling an old man at the beginning of the game. Yeah, baby. I looked around frantically. Pond. I ran to it and threw myself down onto my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, damn it! I struggled to take deep breaths. He was a pervy old man. This all makes sense. Then slowly, I peered into the pond looking for my reflection. Fuck yeah. But he's wearing the outfit still!
He's wearing the outfit still.
Oh, fuck yeah, man!
Oh my god.
Hell yeah! Oh, that's fucking great! Oh, that's fucking great! Woo! Oh, fuck yeah, man. And then we got the robot eye, which explains the screen. Yeah! Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Why is he not in the pirate outfit?
Why is
Damn,
he-
we've been an old man hitting on young women this entire game. Based.
Yeah, it's something kind of.
Oh man, that's excellent. I love that shit. Yeah, fuck the moon. This is what I'm talking about right here because this is using the medium to trick you. And that's why video games are fucking awesome, is it can do shit like this. I don't care how contrived it is. Fucking hustle that shit, son.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. What? No, this can't be real. This face.
It's your face.
No.
Dr. Sigma Klim.
Milk.
Wait, what's the bully backwards?
Milk.
Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now.
I love milk. Oh my god.
I love milk.
I love milk.
Mommy.
Or I love Klim or whatever.
Yeah.
0. The mastermind of the AB.
Wait, so yeah, I love Klim. Luna loves Klim, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
She was like, thank you, doctor, and you were like, huh? What?
What? No, that's not possible. That's bullshit.
No, it's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
You will be.
Shit.
A pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
Create?
His name is Kyle Klim.
Kyle.
Motherfucker's named Kyle.
Yeah, of course it's Kyle.
Okay.
That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself.
I was going with-
years ago,
Let's go with Kevin.
in the biolab here in Rhizome 9.
Those are the only two names. There are two K names. Kyle and Kevin. And Keith.
Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones.
We jacked him up with steroids to make him the perfect human.
But you prepared for that.
The
You
fucking
gave
muscle
that
suit.
armor.
You weighed him down.
Now he's
That's pretty
unstoppable.
clever. I don't
makes
know.
sense.
Yeah, that's pretty clever.
Ever since he was
Oh
born,
my god, do not let
inside.
Kyle back to Earth. He will punch a hole through everything. That is the strongest human being ever created.
it kept his muscles and bones strong.
Yes. The milk. The milk.
He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
Yeah. Well, I'm done with all this. Moving on. What's up with Fi? And do I get to see her in a swimsuit? But why would future me create a clone?
He was to be your spare. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place.
Actually, shit. We know what Sigma Senior here sounds like. Then it's Jameson Price.
Oh my god, it is Jameson Price.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! All of this is just turning up great.
There's also something really funny about like K rigging his memories in that one timeline and confiding to us about his horrible father, and we're just standing there nodding.
Oh yeah, man. Man, that's crazy.
It's
Wow.
like, yeah, your dad sucks. You should stick it to. Oh man.
I'm thinking Kino.
I mentioned
I'm thinking
before,
K stood
the
for
A
Kino.
I'm thinking it was
projects
Kino
and
Climb.
stood for after and before.
I'm not
That
even listening
isn't all
anymore.
they mean, though.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Double meanings to the A and B.
The A also means anima, and the
Oh my
B
god, the soul.
means body.
Oh my god, the soul and the body.
Anima is another word for the soul.
Oh my
or
god.
The consciousness.
Yeah.
Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body.
Dude, we're gonna get a 100 on that paper!
Switch.
Bro! We were already a fucking super doctor! That paper is fucking clean! Oh, hell yeah, man!
That was the chief goal of the project.
Actually, that's a massive mechanic that we just, like, brushed over, Huh, okay. You swap. Wait, so the future person goes into the past person?
Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this, right?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Been a fucking
my
minute.
God.
Oh!
This thing. Oh no.
Did they put wait? Did they put Nevada on the moon? What am I looking at here? Nevada test site. The red? Oh dear. Oh jeez. Oh god. Oh no. Was this the Steins Gate? Is this the path to the proper future?
Yeah, the world line.
Yeah, because it's a world line graph. It literally looked like the one they showed earlier. Oh boy.
Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making.
There's a split point at E. Big red thing either splits into...
Well, I'm going with the red thing's lunar eclipse.
Yeah, probably.
A is where everything began.
Yeah.
December 25th, 2028.
I need to use the bathroom real quick. Just,
Yeah,
give me
let's
like
do
3
it.
minutes.
I'm back.
Sorry, I need to ask my dad something too. Alright, we good?
If you're... Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, December 25th, 2028. A.
You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074.
Okay.
You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out.
Yeah, sure.
You're 6 times weaker
Yeah,
at 67 than you are at 23.
Precisely. Calc.
Precisely.
It is all calced.
Moving on. If you continue along this line, what happens next?
The old man's in the
You
past.
reach C, which is January 27th, 2074.
Nope.
That is today.
Okay, so 2 days passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
Y'all ain't hungry?
36 hours to be exact. Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with Radical 6. The virus slowed your brain down. So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes.
I'm suddenly really hungry, they all
Comes the
say.
important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past.
Cute there because the first game, of course, is 9 hours long.
Yeah.
Right. And here we have 36 hours, which is a multiple of 9, but also the digital root is 9.
But of course.
It will re-emerge at point D.
Alright, should move up to there. Blah, 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 blah. Point D. What's E then?
April 13th,
Yeah, D's the explosion.
2029.
Which we have not seen.
Which we haven't seen.
We have not seen this occur, but in theory, that's where we're headed right now.
Yeah.
Because if C's this instant, we're headed off to D.
You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will
Alex.
return to the past.
What else
The
you got?
events you would want to prevent will have already happened.
So, unfortunately, I kind of needed the previous visual, the graphic.
It'll be back up in a second if you want to
But,
just wait.
yeah, but so the issue is he's trying to get to E,
Yeah.
right? But just like our fucking dice, he's on the wrong snake.
Oh no.
This is the issue.
Yeah.
He has to get to a certain point so he can snake over to E.
Yep. We need to achieve Steins Gate. That's literally what's happening.
This is what the dice are representing. This is what the dice puzzle was about.
Oh, yeah. Cause look. Right.
These are the
Because
points.
we started there. No, I don't think so. Because our third one's all the way up at the top. Yeah, I don't think those exactly line up, but you're right. Right, sorry. Okay. That's the same day as the reactor explosions. Yes. That's why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened.
The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B.
Do we? So reaching D. Alright, because we're gonna go backward.
But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal.
Ooh.
Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body.
Ooh. Well,
Until you reach point B. Do you remember when B is Sigma?
January 25th, 2074. That's in an hour and 33 minutes. We're gonna make it. According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Point A. December 25th, 2028. The day all of this started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
I mean, this is the only thing that matters, though, right? Is actually getting the old man who knows everything into the young, strong body in the past to do things? But once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
So it's rotating.
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path. With one exception.
This line here at point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A. If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
So the old version of me will keep getting Radical 6 from getting out by jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve, 2028?
Yes.
Right.
That is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point.
Okay.
So that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Tell me one thing.
What is that?
What the fuck's Phi got to do with any of this? You said that point C is January 27th, 2074, which is today. There's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But, look. I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon.
Soon?
Yes.
And what's gonna trigger it?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot.
And how do you propose to do that?
Didn't I tell you? A crisis.
Uh-oh.
A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out.
Gun. That's fine too. Dio's knife? No sooner were the words out of my mouth that Akane used her super speed to fucking stab Phi. Wow. Phi! I screamed and leapt toward them. Akane was already in motion, the knife driving towards Phi's chest. I was almost there! When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that it was Akane's body lying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. What you are, I was. What I am now, you will be. Off we go! I have nothing to say. I'm just waiting for this to get over. I can't skip it.
The end of it.
No, it's not. It's not.
So you think?
People said there's a silly twist. There was a very divisive twist. Not that the ending sucked.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's not 999, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
Shit, here we go.
Danganronpa. Reminder that Uchikoshi and Kodaka have said that their the initial game that they had announced with their studio is not coming out this year necessarily, but will be announced formally in the imminent future. When's this guy coming back? Love this guy.
Super.
Hate this guy. Fucking get on. Yeah, Luna!
Did Luna stay outside, by the way?
No.
Okay, was she in that last scene? Okay.
Yeah, she was in the last scene. Yeah, Kay, Akane, pointed to her and was like, you can ask her about stuff later. We were never finishing this stream last night.
No. It would have been
When did we get the outfit?
It would have been like, it would be like 5 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
Or 4:30 a.m.
Well, this is fine though. We get to end on the day that it all started, on the 25th. This is Phi's end for some reason.
There was a lot of Phi content in the route for what it's worth.
She was in a lot of it, but all the other routes we've gotten an explanation to the character to some degree, whereas we still do not know. Oh.
I guess that's gonna be April 13th or whatever.
Oh. There we go. April 13th. Headquarters.
This is Detroit. This is Detroit after Radical 6.
Today is April 13th, 2029. And this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me.
You gonna blow your head off?
I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
Bang. 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 For a moment, I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room until, with a click, it disappeared too. You check your reflection. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. Holy shit. It's Snake. He's in the robes.
Oh my god, it is the robes.
You! Hey man. Been a fucking minute since oh my god. It's beautiful. You really like those robes, huh? I mean, they looked good. That was the trick. She never left. Everyone was chasing out of the fucking facility towards her, and she's like, "Fuck, man, I had an extra pair in there. I'm not leaving those behind. Fuck that." Yeah, and then she left on the submarine.
And then she left on the submarine. Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude! I hope the submarine shows up. If the submarine shows up right now, I will never kill myself. Promise. Promise I'll live forever. If the submarine shows up. Are you gonna be an evil, maniacal, slow-talking woman, or are you gonna be the character that I fell in love with last playthrough?
It looks like the first step was successful.
Oh. Love her voice. What the fuck? You killed me!
Killed?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still.
Hey, no need to be rude about it. I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
You tricked me. I'm okay?
Yes. You and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only way.
Me and Phi?
Yes. I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump. Now, you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029. We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions.
Where'd you get all this money?
We'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
They're my buddies? Alice and Clover, right?
Yes.
What about the third one? Who's in there?
Phi.
Okay.
We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago.
She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen. That wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though.
Uh-oh. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this moment where we were gonna have, overlap.
It was Phi before she jumped from point A to point D. In other words, she was following the same path you are. And she still is.
Then that means that after you froze her, the point C version of her jumped back into her body?
Yes. The point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years. Sleeping in ice.
All ice. Then when we get to point B, her consciousness will jump to point A, right?
Correct.
Huh. So that's why she didn't look old. So why don't you just stick me in one of those pods?
We can't do that.
Why not? Brad, if you look at any of this and have any questions, I cannot answer any.
You haven't figured it out?
Yeah.
It is a massive amount of information we would have to tell you.
It's all good. Vibes.
You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project. After arriving at Rhizome 9, you must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines.
Oh, Akane, I don't want to. I liked it better when you were telling me about the ice and the molecules. I don't like this, Akane. She's making me do homework.
I will no longer give you cool topics. You must research the cool topics yourself.
And I know she won't have sex with me either because she's in love with Junpei, probably, hopefully.
Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph.
Yeah.
And, of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets.
This sucks!
You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark.
Matt, we're streaming, by the way.
In the streaming channel?
Yeah, bro. In a game that...
Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074.
That's so soon.
You will defrost Phi and carry her to the third AB room. Once you've done that, the 22-year-old version of you from point A will force you out. And you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
Okay. And then I change history. Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
You have to. If you don't, billions of people will die. Only you and Phi can save them.
What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own.
She's basically a ghost, like...
Yeah.
You want to talk about Schrodinger's cat? Holy shit!
If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
So what do I need to do?
What do you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Phi and I jump to point A, what are we going to do then?
You'll both enter the Mars mission test site.
And kill everyone there.
Oh, okay, yeah. This, yes, of course. And after that? You fucking do it, man!
I don't know.
We haven't gotten this far yet! What?
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical Six escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Oh, crap. Then we're screwed!
That's why we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds. We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult, and I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger. But I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
Wait. How do you know it's so dangerous?
The 67-year-old version of you told me what happened.
So you do know what happens?
He wasn't able to stop the virus. So I suppose you could say you told me after you failed.
What did I say?
That the test facility is full of traps.
Okay.
There was one point. A woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake, and lost your arms and your right eye.
Okay. My arms and my right eye.
Ah!
So, now we're into spoiler territory number 3. This is the only thing from this game I ever actually saw.
What is this image?
Which, now that we're here, to me, it was like, I interpreted it as a, like a bad end or something, because I was under the impression that this game had, like, joke endings or something like that. So I just saw this silly-ass CG and was like, oh, that's funny. I didn't remember the eye patch, though. That's hilarious. I just remember seeing the robot arms. That's really funny. Okay, right. So, we have already failed to stop the virus. This was us failing to stop it. So now we have dealt with those consequences and need to spend the next 45 years becoming a puzzle savant. But we've already done all the puzzles, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Great. What the hell? Suddenly a low rumble shook the building. What was that?
Go have a look.
That's the bombs, Sigma. I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly toward the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed.
"45 years later, but also
minus
4 months ago."
Yeah. End or beginning? Saw the end. Or maybe the beginning.
Wild.
Alright, where is it?
You still have like, you still have a little mini route at the end there, huh?
Brad, we have been teleporting non-fucking stop.
So you still have somebody next to Tenmyoji.
Brad, I have to tell you a plot twist really quick. I need you to know about the fact that we were on the moon the entire time, and we couldn't perceive the gravity of the moon as it was because we all had Radical 6, would slow down our processing to exactly the amount that would make it so that we would not perceive that gravity was lower on the moon. I just thought that was interesting.
See, I'm gonna say it.
Kino.
That wasn't what I was gonna say.
Well, I don't care what you were gonna say then.
Okay.
All right, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry, buddy.
I was just gonna say I think that's a bit silly.
Shut the fuck.
It was pretty awesome, I must admit. It was kind of fucking amazing.
What the fuck? What? Nah.
Not as amazing as the other plot twist that apparently people don't like. To which I say those people have no souls. you just want to get it. Anyway. Where am I?
Where?
Yeah!
Come on,
Yeah! That's what I'm fucking talking
So
about.
you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Kyle.
Ah, yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
I lurched upright, jumped off the bed, and ran around to the other side of the partition. The mirror over the sink was covered with a film of dirt. I wiped it off with my sleeve, and my reflection stared back at me. There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to...
Klim. So, I'm Dr. Klim? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
Did we jump into his body? Is that the idea here?
Guess so.
An excellent question, one I didn't quite know the answer to myself. I knew who Kyle Klim was. In another history, he had been called K and had worn a suit of armor. So this wasn't a joke. That's hilarious. That's really fucking funny. This is a joke. He hadn't just worn the armor in that history, though. Apparently, he'd worn it all his life. Kyle had been born and raised in this lunar installation, which seemed to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in his life, Akane had appeared as a mother figure, and he had consequently grown very attached to her. I knew everything about him. But even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was I really Kyle Klim? Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw his face. Spinning image of Sigma Klim in his younger days. I looked down. There was Dio, still handcuffed. I turned back around to Luna.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2074.
Okay.
Today is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden. And she drew a knife and attacked Phi. How long have I been asleep?
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antiviral. It just takes a while to have an effect.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma has gone back into the past. It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
Yes,
Why am I here?
the doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Klim, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
Yeah.
Yes, but how do you know that?
Dio seems to have remained unconscious.
Yes,
Nah, I'm just chilling.
I've been administering Soparil whenever he gets restless.
What about the others?
They've all gone off to different areas. Tenmyoji and Quark, for instance.
Oh, right. Mr. Klim.
So the sleepyhead's finally up, huh?
What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's voice is great. Who is this?
Oh, I thought that was you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Doing a little. I'm like, Alex, how you doing with your voice? It's crazy.
I know. I just,
We were just about to get dressed and head out.
You plan to return them?
Oh no, I asked a question I shouldn't have. What if it's Matt Mercer?
Oh my god, it's Matt Mercer. It's fucking Matt Mercer. It's fucking is gonna be Matt Mercer. It's fucking god.
It's Troy Baker.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
2012. He did not forsake us yet.
He did not forsake us yet.
To Earth, I mean.
I haven't heard his voice in so long. It totally is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here. Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Klim now, or Zero Senior, depending on how you look at it.
Oh yeah, Brad, that's Junpei on the left there.
Why?
Tenmyoji's Junpei?
Yeah.
What do you mean, why?
So, yeah. Like I said, it's like character in name only.
Yeah, like it's the Joseph Joestar effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm just curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here.
How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you?
I mean, you're all gonna cease to exist at that point, no?
You can't wait for something that's already happened. Grammar doesn't work that way. Hell, nature doesn't work that way. You following me? We've already lived through history. Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out. About 45 years ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic, and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened. Whatever Sigma does in the past, history's not gonna change. In fact, it's because of what he did or didn't do in the past that we've got this past and present.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction. The road splits in two. One freeway continues off northwest, and the other stretches out to the northeast. So one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. "Let's go northwest," he says. So they take the northwestern road, but about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happens. A semi driving the other way veers into their lane and plows through the bikers. 90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but survive. They don't stop though. They keep riding down that highway, and eventually they'd gone 10,000 miles. Then suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time. He ends up back in his own body just before they reach the junction. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy.
But little did they know there were 2 semi-trucks this way.
Yeah.
And no one survived.
And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident?
Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right?
Right. Okay, 9 people then.
Yeah.
What happens to the reality they were living? Does it just disappear when S changes the past? It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip.
Yeah, it's not as if only bad things happened during that.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier.
Working at a gas station they stopped at and had a child.
Like, Tenbyoji's not going to be down with this plan. He's got Quark.
Yeah.
If
but no. I think if anything, he's saying like, he's set on this timeline. Like nothing's changing for this Tenmyoji this second.
Yeah, it's divergent timelines.
Yeah, like the Junpei of 2028. He never has to worry about Quark to begin with because that will never happen for him.
Yeah, but it's not like this Tenbyoji's gonna blip out of existence.
Is what they're getting at here. Even though, yes, if it was pure timeline convergence and there's one, these people do cease to exist, but no, that's not how this is happening.
Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who joined them on their adventure. That 10,000-mile journey would be full of stories. Friendships, farewells, romances.
All those clovers.
The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate.
See, the problem is you can only really love Clover if you can see them all. Each Clover individually is fine, but all Clovers together is a miracle.
But what would rewriting their history mean? The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that? The survivors overcame their own misery and loss and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt. Isn't that worth something? Isn't that the best thing that humans can aspire to? Is there really any point to a world where everything is happy? Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots? Being human is about fighting, even when it seems hopeless, and finding happiness, even in a world that hates it. Are you saying that's worthless? If you're saying rewriting the past will erase all these other timelines,
yeah,
then whatever God wrote those rules can Look, I'm just not going to accept that, all right? You get it?
If Sigma changes the past, then you and Quark will never meet.
Is he right?
No, it's not going to happen. We're here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
This is reality. Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just going to disappear or something.
Oh, then that means we get to stay together? Good.
Everything fades to white suddenly.
Yeah.
Thanks, kid.
Oh God.
I understand how you feel. Why you want to return to Earth is clear. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you already said goodbye to the others?
Bye, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us off. We told them we'd see him again someday, and then came here.
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
No point saying anything to Dio.
Besides, he's asleep. You were asleep too.
And a terrorist.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline, after all. What about Sigma?
Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore.
Of course, he is Dr. Klim now that his consciousness has returned.
Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know?
And Akane?
Never mind her.
Yeah.
Bro.
Pretty fucking bitter.
Bro.
She's just like him.
Yeah.
Not the Akane I knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
that's not the person I knew.
She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore. But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here. She's not anywhere.
I love you, Junpei.
In the end, Clover and I were just pawns.
These two have it really rough.
Yeah, this is pretty
this
bad.
is actually like fucked up.
Because they're not special time travelers that get to do shit. They're batteries. It's pretty.
Yeah,
rough.
like Clover's sitting here like, fuck me, Snake might be dead.
Snake probably is dead.
Yeah. No, I'm sure.
Flying in a global pandemic, like the disabled are first to go when the fucking world's ending. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah, but he was different. Snake was no, it can't be. My boy Snake would always make it through. He had the cool robes to cover himself with.
Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past.
Oh my God, Seven's definitely dead. Oh, he was like 82 already.
He was like 82 already. Yeah.
Fuck.
That part's easy to understand. But
kinda sucks though.
Kinda sucks though! Like, that's it right there!
Because they don't get to go back.
No.
They're not, like, they're stuck here.
Well, I mean, they could go back to Earth, I guess, if they wanted to.
Right, but it's like society's
at this
gone.
point.
Their lives are over.
Their lives are over. I'm going to guess society did continue at this point. I don't think the Earth is completely destroyed.
I'm
It
sure,
just looks like it from up here.
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously, like, billions of people died. You know, it's like there's gonna be just abandoned cities. Like, it's gonna be like The Last of Us, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
I do understand, but also like, clearly there's been enough technology in some capacity to have like easy movement from Earth to the moon.
That's true. That's true.
So,
That's
like,
true.
I'm gonna bet there is some pretty advanced, like, probably like single civilization. You know, it could be like a fucking archipelago, an artificial archipelago in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, right?
That's a good point. They do have space travel still.
Yeah.
They did not incur an interregnum.
Yeah, exactly. But it kind of sucks, though.
I mean, Sigma and Phi have it easy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, but I get what you're saying.
They get to go back to December 25th in 2028.
Yeah.
They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward to.
Like, I guess, like, this version of Clover and Alice are fucked, but, like, in theory, if we just save the world on...
can unthaw them.
at E, we can just unthaw them at that point.
Yeah.
But these two are just fucking...
These two are fucked.
In other words, they get to go back to point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
But we don't. We're stuck with point C as our starting point.
You told us about Tenmyoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But...
it's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
Are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now. And what about our friends and families? We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
Even if it is for
Smile.
the greater good?
It just doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
So we went and talked to the old lady.
She told us that there is one way.
Yeah?
We freeze ourselves into portal time travel is invented.
One way we could get back to the past.
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yes, you're right.
But this is different.
Different? How so?
From what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time, too.
Alright, now we're just making shit up.
You said you wanted multiple Clovers.
Well, who doesn't?
It would create a paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
You kill the other one. We've all seen it. We all saw that movie, Looper, right? Yeah. Oh wait, no. When you kill the other one, oh.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's
cat.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know what? I shouldn't be scoffing at this. I have to remember that the end of 999 is like one of the fucking weirdest things ever. That was that was the Schrodinger's cat thing here, right? Like I guess you just concoct another game and you just get them back. No problem. And then torment those people. And then if they need to get back, you concoct another game.
The infinite cycle of pain and suffering.
That's right. The Torment Nexus.
The Torment Nexus.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. You can't have Torment without some plus happening. Right? So like the Torment Nexus isn't pure torment. It's actually mostly producing good things. But then the bad that happens is like, Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay, they sure said Schrodinger's cat. Ah.
Oh, hey, Kyle.
Fucking Kyle!
Figured you'd come
It had to
here
be Kyle,
eventually.
because this is fucking time traveler.
Who am I forgetting?
Isn't that the guy in Terminator?
Yeah. Reese?
Yeah, Kyle Reese.
Man, that's the name that came in my head too. Fuck. I have got to stop doubting my first gut feeling. Every fucking time. Ugh. I was like, Reese, no, maybe I just know that person. I can't say a real person's name out loud. And then it's just, yeah, it was Kyle Reese. Fuck. Okay.
Where's Dr. Klim? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now.
I'm sure he's hungry,
There's
too.
a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up. Want me to start it?
Sure.
What is up, me?
There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is.
Right. The Phi here right now is a different Phi.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Other than Kyle's. Hey, what the hell, man?
What does he mean, other than Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi?
Thank you, Kyle.
I'm not Superman, that's for sure.
Ah!
And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a Merman or a Wolfman. I'm not a Brahmin or Common or Ramen. I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody.
So was her consciousness sent into the frozen body?
I think it was sent into the frozen body.
That's
yes.
fucked up.
Although by then you were in cold sleep. You wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right.
Right, so she goes from being
January
stabbed
25th,
to the game beginning.
You were
Is her
finally
loop.
thawed out.
Yep. Yep.
Even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room.
I love the idea that Phi, Clover, and Alice were frozen in the outfits they were in. Like,
yeah.
Like,
whatever. It's funny, but yeah.
It's cold on the moon. These girls are freezing.
That was when your consciousness changed bodies again.
Actually, it's kind of hot on the moon.
Oh, is it?
There's no atmosphere, so it's in the bright spots, it's like 120 degrees. In the dark spots, it's very cold.
Okay, right. It's not regulated, so it's just whatever is getting to it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wait, what was that? Yeah, so still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That's when your consciousness changed bodies again.
A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out. And sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility. Unfortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you follow. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from point E, you headed straight to point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future. It is, of course, the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden. This caused the two versions of you to swap places. You moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you, only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it.
I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics. Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with v1 plus v2. v1 plus v2 divided by 1 plus v1 times v2 over c squared is the actual equation. Of course, the sort of velocities we encounter in day-to-day life don't come close to being c squared, which is the speed of light squared. That means that 1 plus v1 times v2 divided by c squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1. Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use v1 plus v2. You see what I'm saying? In most situations, it works, even if it isn't technically correct. So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about right. As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions.
So was that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
Yes.
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because it would change history. There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of point E. In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You understand?
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past? Don't be silly. I can't do that.
Then where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
Uh-oh. Some fourth dimensional fucky-wuckies. Some fucky-wuckies have happened.
You are not Kyle Klim.
This is rough. This guy, we barely knew this guy.
Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not. Think about it. Do you really believe you are Kyle? Or could you be someone else entirely?
Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
He was thrown out when you entered. Right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th, 2028. His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own. Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here? I know what I told the others, that Kyle was Dr. Klim's spare. But that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish. This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary.
And that is why he created him?
Yes.
So now that my consciousness has entered his body, the Doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Correct.
Okay.
There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D.
Yeah.
That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yes.
That's ridiculous. What's going to happen to me? You're telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system. As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you.
I have no idea what...
Please don't try to play dumb. I know what you are. Surely you must know by now, too. You are about to go into the past and save the world. Phi and Sigma, even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help. Only you can right the horrible wrongs of our past. Only you can save the world.
There's no way I...
Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth? Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028?
Well, yes, I do, but...
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality?
That's talking about the double slit experiment, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Your will can change history. The world will be reshaped into the one you imagine. Remember what I've told you. Only you can change history. Only you can save the world.
That was intense. that was the most intense thing in the game. Got a glimpse of another time. Alternative end.
Is that it?
Do I have to get all the bad endings? Or was that the end of the game? Oh god. Do not tell me ZTD is
the Nevada base?
Do not tell me that ZTD is the events in the Nevada base.
I mean, like, I think it has to be the way they fucking talked about it. It's like, yeah.
That was the end of this fucking game.
You're done. You're done. Considering how much stuff
this game
talked
was
about
this game ends on a cliffhanger.
I kind of felt that one coming. I'm like, there's no way there's gonna be another fucking like puzzle chamber facility that we're going to.
I'll head up the files. I guess let me just go to. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll go back here real quick. Zero Time Dilemma would release what? 4 years later?
Where?
Yeah. So that's the thing, Baretsu. As far as I know, ZTD wasn't gonna get made. It was like weird that it even got made. So this is like an incomplete. This is meant to be the middle of a trilogy. So I guess that makes sense. We get a shit ton of revelations and set up for the next one, right? You know.
Yeah.
Han in the cryostasis. Luke got his hand cut off, kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Where am I gonna get good music? wait, which one's gonna have good music?
Yeah, like obviously, like I was hoping this wasn't gonna happen, but I'm also like, I was also sitting here like, the way this is being paced out, like we're not about to start another fucking chapter here, right? It's just,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I was just sitting there the whole time going, is ZTD?
Yeah, is ZTD
Is
the Nevada
ZTD
base?
the Nevada base? Huh.
Security
So I'm
someone says they
Garden
have
escape room.
security.
No, you're right. It's an escape room I should go
Garden
to.
escape room.
I should go to an escape room. You're right. Huh. Very well, I guess we at least know that there is more story, but
yes,
I also know that people, as far as I know, don't like ZTD.
Well, we're in it now.
Yeah. So, well, yeah. Like, the only thing I know about ZTD, and chat, don't say anything when I say this, is the single word complex. Couldn't fucking escape that thing. And I know who half the cast is. Which I'm sitting here going, I guess after a stream on time, I say to Tommy, like, I think ZTD has to be a prequel, and then this game continues and goes, by the way, your notion of prequel, sequel, whatever the fuck does not matter anymore. So, yeah. Well, before we get into memos here, or the secrets here, well, fuck it. Yeah, who is Fi? There are a few clues scattered throughout this story, but nothing conclusive. Perhaps the truth will be revealed at the Nevada. This is kind of bogus. Here's a little something more about the bomb deactivation passwords. Those passwords, they aren't just gibberish. There's something hidden in each one. I can only give you one hint, though. +1. Good luck. There's a lot more to the story, but I think we'll stop the secret archives here. Thank you for playing, and we'll hope you enjoyed the game. Weird.
Whoa.
That is so weird.
Wait. Okay, go back to that. They aren't just gibberish. There's something hidden in each one. I can only give you one hint though. +1. Can you bring out any of the codes really quick?
I
add +1 to all the numbers.
I can find what they are somewhere here. Well, they're letters. Every single one of them is a letter.
Right. So then next line in the alphabet.
Okay. So it was the 01 bomb was BQZRGJDXR, which would be if we +1 that, it would be
DU.
DU. I don't know how Z would work.
A.
CU. I'll put A. CUA. R would be S. G. H. K.
L.
No, I'm at. No, it was J,
sorry.
so it was K.
Sorry.
It's all right. Right. E. Y. S. Something keys. CUASH keys. You're totally right. I've never crash keys.
Right, yeah.
I've never. But Q. But after Q it's always Q. Yeah. Okay, so 01 was crash keys. Right.
Crash keys. Interesting.
02. So we had E, Q, D. Would be F, R, E, and then another E, Y, which would be Z, R, which would then be S, N, and M. No, O. It's you think you would memorize the alphabet a lot better, but you just have to sing the song every single time. Where's that in here? O. U. Number 2 is Freeze Soul.
That one makes sense.
I'll do 3 and then I'll do double OS. Right. L goes to M, I believe. X goes to Y. Q goes to R. Am I looking at the right one? I'm looking at the wrong one, I think. No, I'm not. H, A, B, C, D, H, I. It's just Myrmidon, it looks like.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I guess it is Free Z Soul, yeah.
Free Z Soul, okay.
Crash keys,
Myrmidon.
and double O is, like it's... Oh, you all are gonna love this one. My brother!
My brother.
My brother! Santa, if you are my brother, you are a piece of shit! I'm a fucking doctor now! And I had to change the shit to the timeline. You're such a bitch! Crash Keys, Freezy Soul, Myrmidon, my brother. My brother. Alright.
That was an 8.
Okay. The AV project. A can stand for after and B for before, but they can also stand for anima and body. Everything that happened in this facility was part of the AP project. Tenmyoji and Clover. After the second round of the AB game, after going through the purple and green doors, Clover, as a solo, was heard to say the following to Tenmyoji, her opponent. What the heck did you mean with all that? It's not fair. If you're telling the truth, then I... So what had Tenmyoji said to her? The same thing he'd meant to say to Alice, of course. He told her who he was. That simple fact shook Clover's resolve and made her vote ally. It probably hadn't been his original intention to betray her, but after thinking about Quark's safety, he probably felt he had no choice and picked betray. When the doors were split up at the red, blue, and green chromatic doors, Tenmyoji told Alice that there was something he had to tell her. That something, of course, was his identity, and that he already knew all about Alice and Ice 9, and not because he'd heard about it from Clover. the scientific name for the order to which rabbits belong, and 03's actual name.
Yeah.
Minkowski space, a way of describing reality that adds a fourth dimension of time to the 3 dimensions of space. It was described by German mathematician Hermann Minkowski and therefore bears his name. It's also the name of a ski resort for miniature cows. Minkowski. Very funny. Tenmyoji's picture. This is the photograph that Tenmyoji was holding. The subject is a girl named Akane Kurashiki. Akane was one of the people who appeared in this game's sister title, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, as a childhood friend of Junpei, that title's main character and the fucking man. In 999, she was 21 years old. This picture was taken 9 years before then, when she was 12. Look at the left side of the picture. If you look closely, it almost looks like there's a man grinning in the background. Do you see him? Don't worry if it seems a little strange. A spirit medium has told us that the person in this picture is a guardian spirit who's looking after her. He must have shown up here because he'd heard what sort of destiny she had in store and decided to see how she was doing. Okay. The site in question for a simulated manned mission to Mars held in the Nevada desert. On New Year's Eve, 2028, the audio logs from the simulation contain a woman's voice, assumed to be one of the test subjects, saying the following. 6 of us are dead. Counting myself, there are only 3 left. I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them, not just these 6, all of them. All 6 billion. Most evidence seems to suggest that this was the beginning of the Radical 6 outbreak and that the Nevada facility was the epicenter of the pandemic. So I have one important question for chat, and they can tell me this unless it's brought up in ZTD. Because really, like, I can't really say anything yet.
Yeah.
We're not done.
We're not done. Yeah.
Like, this game was okay, here. Let's do this now. This game was good. This game had pacing issues, and it went off the rails, and it is not as special as 999, because 999 was a contained miracle, and that's what made it special. I loved all the characters in 999 significantly more than the characters in this game. The bombs and all that shit with Dio, wasn't too engaged with that. The puzzles of this game were amazing. Fucking awesome. And the fact that there was a double condition for every single room made for it was just great. It was skillful. It was impressive. Impressive is a really good word for this game, probably, in the fact that they could concoct it in the way they did. This is not an easy thing to do by any means. And usually there's a lot of collateral to the plot. And what collateral there seemed to be from what I've seen right now was pretty fun more than anything. If I get a good laugh out of it, or I go, no fucking way, rather than that's fucking stupid, how fucking stupid is that? But I'm also the kind of person who is, I'm into that kind of thing. I'm down for it. I'm playing a work of fiction that's all bullshit. Let me see what you got, right? Now, of course, it is more impressive if you can do it really cleanly and stuff. Even the dice one? Especially the dice one. I will never forget that for the rest of my fucking life, man. And that is way more important to me than anything else. That shit was magical. It was only 45 minutes. It's not that long.
A small price to pay for eternity.
Exactly. But other than that,
I'll say,
it was a much more boring game at times than 999. It was a little bloated.
And part of the issue that is because of there being good puzzles, because 999 has whatever it was, 6 to 9 puzzle rooms, right?
It has 10 puzzles, right? I think. Yeah.
This game has 15 plus, right? Because all the second tiers, there's 9 in the middle of the game, right?
There's a lot.
There's
the one at the start, 3, 9, 3.
Yeah. And so because of this, because of the way they set it up, where it's like you're going to go through every different possible door combination and to hit up all 9 of these different puzzle rooms in the middle of the game, right?
Yeah.
Rather than 999 having these 3 nice, distinct routes, you have these, like...
There's a lot of repeated wheel-spinning scenarios.
Overlapped timelines with a lot of repeated scenarios.
And then the AB game adds on a lot of fat that's not really needed.
Just a lot of fat that's needed. And obviously, it's like, it's there because they wanted to make a sequel to 999. They wanted to make the game with more puzzles, right? But rather than have it go longer, right, like more rounds, they wanted to keep, because that's about crossing timelines and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that does create the bloat of the game, where we see Alice's dead body 27 times. 27 times.
And then, unfortunately, I think the part of the game where you're supposed to be getting the payoff for all the time travel with the bombs was probably the weakest part of the game for me, because it's so...
Felt like we got it in reverse order.
It was so... yeah, and that's another problem with a game like this, is like how exactly you happen to invest yourself into these routes by randomness, how you just decide to go, whims. And, like, 999, it's special because this fringe science creates a miracle at the end of a game. Then it's the sequel, so you can't do it again, so you just have to go all into it. You have to full lean into it and just go crazy with the complexity of the timelines and the world lines and all that nonsense, and like you don't even make a big deal out of it, even though it's like I would have liked it to felt there'd be a little bit more impact with it. It was just there was so much of it. Like, even with the computer moment, right, which was so cool, it was like we were never going to get back to that in a way that was going to feel impactful.
No, unfortunately not. If you recall at the start of the game, I remember I commented, I'm like, man, fucking weird that they set this thing in 2028. Like, it's not like 999 was like a sci-fi game. Right? It was like I mean, it was like, there's a science fiction element to it, but like it's still grounded in the real world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this game was not grounded in the real world on any level. It literally takes place on the moon.
Yeah.
And in 50 years in the future. And
50 years in the past.
And there's robots.
And there's robots.
Cyborgs.
And clones. And yeah. It's I can understand feeling the need to go going that far. But all this is to say, did I miss something with the lion?
Oh, I think that was just supposed to be some fucking,
Did I miss something? Because man, did they fucking point this thing out 100 times, and I did not feel like I got the proper payoff for that.
We needed someone to take us to the corner and be like, hey, have you heard of this thing from alchemy? Because it's just an alchemy thing, right? But we didn't get the pseudoscience lore dump. Like no one told us about the Titanic or Ice Nine.
Yeah.
Needed to explain the alchemical importance of the lion and the sun.
Yeah, the historical alchemical.
Right, because it doesn't really matter. It's not what's actually happening, but it's
right. But it's like there's a lot of symbolism going on here, and it's like to me the whole game was actually I didn't care about any of those twists for the most part. They were fun, but like I was waiting for the shoe to drop on who the lion was, right? Or something like that. And like maybe I feel like I missed something with it. It feels like it was so prevalent, yet they always give you something. Like these games treat you like you're an idiot at some point, right? Which is what I want them to do because it's interesting to hear them talk about the stuff. I'm not here to figure it out. I'm here to learn it effectively. And I feel like the theming with the lion and the fact that there was the eclipse and all that shit did not culminate perfectly. And maybe it's simply because the ZTD is that moment. If ZTD is December 31st with the eclipse, maybe we get it then. But it definitely felt like that needed to be in the game for me, in some significant capacity to have proper payoff with all of that. Because like you get to the computers and it's like The ninth lion, the 9th lion. Remember death. Had nothing to do with the lion. I just typed in Luna's password or Akane's information, and it's like, there's a disconnect here. So that's my one question, and you can either answer it or tell me it's in ZTD or they forgore.
So I suppose eating the sun does refer to a solar eclipse, and as it turned out, that was the twist that was happening, was that it was a solar eclipse was occurring during the game, not a lunar eclipse.
Yeah. Oh,
but again,
okay. Was it the fact that is the moon the lion eating
that eats the sun,
but the sun's not the sun, it's Earth? Because it's red now.
Well. So what they said was, when we were on the moon and looking up at the Earth, Tenmyoji says a solar eclipse is currently happening. Because if you see the moon shadow on the Earth, that's a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
So I guess they should have pointed out that this alchemic symbology of a lion eating the sun is the moon in front of the sun as a solar eclipse. Because that would have been like a weird thing where you're like, that's odd, because this magazine's talking about a lunar eclipse, not a solar eclipse, right? But that
the metaphor needed to get grounded, and it just did it. They could have explained it all. Like I'm saying, is like, oh well, the moon's eating the sun, or and we were the 9th lion. The moon's the 9th, blah blah blah, counting this way, blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, I see what it all meant. But then that wasn't there. Yet it was like that in a game with mumbo jumbo.
Right, they should have
two metaphors. There was no mumbo jumbo for the metaphor.
Yeah.
Let me see. Is it in here? I might just be talking about this without. The amount of energy. Let me see. 63 terajoules. The amount of energy you'd get by combining 350 milligrams each of the. Okay, yeah, it's the same. It's just Alice explained that at some point. Look at the knife. Where's the hat? It sounds like someone named the doll Jumpy, but why? Don't you think his hat looks kind of weird? There's that huge band that. Hey, what's up? Tommy, I won the bet. She totally walked in here. I won the bet. Hold on, guys. Hold on. That's funny. That's pretty funny. I made a bet with Tom. So I called my mom before this, and I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm going to be at the end of the game. She was out with her brother. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be at the end of this game. I might be doing, like, a lot of voice work or something, and I don't want you to, like, interrupt in the middle of anything important. So when you get home, don't bother me. And I said to Tommy, I bet you she's walking in here at some point. Luckily, it was like, we're probably 5 minutes away from closing the stream at this point. But still... you know what? No, I lost it. I gave her the benefit of the doubt tonight, and now I'll know to never do that again. Anyway.
This is interesting. I'm reading something here. Chemical green line devouring the sun relates to the experience of consciousness being overwhelmed by violent, frustrated desires, which is what is happening to these people in this game.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I feel like Fi should have had a scene where she explained the alchemy symbols.
Oh, that explains the sun. Yeah. What do you mean? Well, now that we know what's happening to us, during like the bomb sequence or like after it or something, right? Yeah. Anyway, okay. Don't you think his hat looks kind of weird? There's that huge band that wraps around his head. Is he hiding a pair of Ferengi ears? Or maybe he's just a young Lobot? Well, this is just between you and me, but he's got missiles in there. The sides of the hat are hiding those pods. Like you see on helicopters or SAM sites. Except these missiles are tiny. When he gets in trouble, both sides of the hat open up and they just fly out all at once. You go, psh, Just kidding. Actually, he just keeps snacks in there. The founder freed the soul, although he prefers not to be referred to as such. As a child, he had a younger brother whom he was very fond of. Unfortunately, the worst happened and the younger brother was murdered. Rage and despair filled brother, and for 9 days and 9 nights, he was consumed by his own misery. On the morning of the 10th day, however, he had a revelation. Mankind was rife with base desires. Base desires, and needed to be purified so that the new world could come into being. God had spoken to him, blah, blah, blah. And at the age of 26, he established Free the Soul of Y. Free the soul of Y. He claims that Y is the symbol for miracles. Okay. These are pretty funny, but I'm getting too hungry to keep going. Any other good ones in here? No?
Gentle points filed. Did you read that one?
Which one?
Somebody said they liked the gentle points file. I wasn't sure if you had read that or not.
Gentle? The necklace Luna has never seen without has a cage containing a blue bird hanging from it. If you twist the key on the bottom, it plays music. Someone special gave it to her as a gift, and she says it reminds her of the following lesson. Search for happiness wherever you can, because the search itself is what will make you happy. I'm assuming actual Sigma
Doctor.
gave it to her. Yeah, Doctor.
Oh, they were probably just talking about the one that was talking about like the sexy point one.
No, gentle points.
One of the first ones, yeah.
These are a measure of how much of a gentleman you are. So, somewhere deep in the United Kingdom is an organization that tracks all gentlemen, determining their caliber based off of an ancient and Byzantine collection of rules and guidelines. Every year during the spring, a representative of this organization conducts a cursory investigation of each member's behavior, or at least appears to, and then awards gentle points based on what they saw. The following formula is used. Old ladies escorted across the street times top hats owned times puzzle solved times money given to gentlemen tracking organization equals total gentle points.
Money given to the gentleman tracking organization.
Ronald Knox, a mystery writer from the UK, published the following as his rules for writing a mystery novel. 1. The criminal must be mentioned early on. 2. Supernatural or preternatural. I don't think I've ever seen that word. Preternatural agencies are ruled out. No more than one secret room or passage. No hitherto undiscovered poisons may be used, nor any appliances which will need a long scientific explanation. No one with extrasensory perception or similar powers can appear. No accident must ever help the detective, nor must he ever have an unaccountable intuition which proves to be right. The detective must not commit the crime. The detective must declare any clues he may discover. The stupid friend of the detective, the Watson, must conceal nothing from the reader. Twin brothers and doubles generally must not appear unannounced.
This is really funny because they violate all of these.
That's amazing, in fact.
Yeah, basically every good mystery I've ever read violates at least half of those.
No, for sure. Like, it's pretty funny.
Just do it right, bro. All right. Well. That is the strangest end to a game I have experienced.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely could have laid it on thicker that the game was ending now, rather than how they did it.
Yeah. Well, let's close out, I guess, and remember all this for ZTD, which we'll see when we get to that. It'll take high priority, but we got some other stuff coming out. For those still watching, I'm gonna make a post about this. So, 5 minutes from now, by the way, Yakuza 8 is out.
Oh my fucking god, we talked about this, didn't we? We're going straight into it.
don't think we're gonna play this game as fervently and unhealthily as I'd initially planned. We will use what time we need to in February to stream it. I'm not gonna stress it because realistically, well, yes, Persona 3 is coming out. I plan on playing that on my own time for the most part. The next phase of Season of Discovery is coming out, which I'm sure we'll play a good amount of. And then Penacony 2.0 Star Rail's also coming out, which I'm going to want to play. So there's a good chance we're going to play as much Yakuza as we can, but I'm not going to force the issue. We will finish Yakuza when we can, probably into like the second week of February or something, as long as it gets done before the 29th when Rebirth comes out.
Final Fantasy 7, yeah.
Because that takes priority. Yeah, I'll probably do like 2 streams for Persona, probably. But I realize, like, I'm excited for P3. I've played that game before. I'm not going to stress it too much. I'll play it when I play it, right? When I got downtime, I'll do it. So yeah. That's the plan now. We won't be doing Yakuza. Tomorrow we'll do it. What's tomorrow? This game, wait, I'm thinking it's Friday if it's coming out. We'll start it Friday. Then, okay? So, I want to thank everyone in chat. You guys were great. This was one of the better chats I've had throughout the streams. You guys gave me exactly as much as I needed without going overboard. For all those who haven't seen this, I think this was a great playthrough.
This shit ton of fun.
And we'll see you, if not in the next one, whatever in Yakuza, we'll see you in ZTD. Later, guys. Wait, hold on. I'm not forgetting anything. See ya.